Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, for your Sunday, it's going to be a match between Maru and Rogue from Asus Rogue. Bottom right, Rogue. Top left, Maru. Samwise Didier spinning around as a placeholder for whatever Maru wants to spin there. Hopefully it'll load in soon. Alright, man. So Rogue versus Maru. This is as good as it gets for ZVT. Maybe Raynor versus Clem, or Clem versus Serral, or Dark versus Raynor, or I don't know, man. This is as good as it gets. It's not the clear-cut winner of the favorite ZVT matchup. And oh, an Extractor first here from Rogue. He is planning on being aggressive, and there's the pool. Okay, so it's going to be like a 17 pool instead of a 12 pool, which is fine. It's just he's anticipating. Wow, he's really respecting a proxy here from Maru, but Maru obviously not doing that. You can tell by seeing the barracks come up in the middle of the, well, at the ramp. But yeah, Overlord scouting around. This is a pretty good map for proxying. There are a lot of different positions you can put your racks to really mess up the Zerg player, and I think Rogue is just like, let's not risk it. Although what's fun about Rogue is that I've seen, man, he's probably the player who is best able to deal with a proxy, even if he doesn't see the racks, even if he doesn't see the bunker, and just shut it down and win anyway. He is disgustingly scary when it comes to that sort of thing. So, oh yeah, there you go. So now the hatch is coming down late, obviously, because the pool is almost pool's done. And lo and behold, there are 2 sets of lings on the way and a queen. And this is why you send the SCV across, if you're Maru, is this exact reason. You need to see, is the hatch done when this SCV gets there? Because if it is, it was a hatch first. If it's not anywhere near close to be done, then it was a pool first. Go back home, keep the Reaper at home, and defend the motherland is what you got to do here. So yeah, so sees it, bam, immediately retreating because there's lings out now, if not soon, and there they are. Here the guys are. So now there's a Reaper, but he gets to play defense. So his name is Rage. Not long ago, a veteran StarCraft 2 player found himself in the longest, most agonizing losing streak of his 10-year career, costing him over 1,000 MMR. No matter how hard he tried to stay calm, the frustration slowly built up across his many months until it manifested as a rage-filled split personality that sought to wreak bloody revenge on its enemies, psychically projecting itself into a Reaper suit. The Dominion commanders don't really mind that this Reaper is only capable of communicating in wordless shrieks of rage. So you gotta, yeah, so there's lings sharking around up here. Their speed's almost done. That's kind of useful, but guess what? There's going to be Hellions on the way extremely soon, and the Hellions are just so good at defending against early ling stuff like this, right? This is something I kind of like to do. I try to do against Terran is some ling baneling harass, but man, Hellions in control of someone who has decent control is going to do pretty darn well against that, especially because the banelings are slow, because obviously it's early, right? So there's your 2 Hellions. The lings have speed now. They're going to try to take down our Reaper. They're going to get him? Are they going to get him? No, they don't get him. He manages to get to safety, and SCV gets picked off. And the lings decide they don't want to stick around too long because they saw the reactor on the factory and knew it was going to be 2 Hellions, and there they are. So the lings are just, they're just straight up heading home now. See ya. Third base is up. Creep spread spreading. Queen count looking pretty healthy. And ling's going to knock down their unbuildable plates. So yeah, Rogue a little bit behind economically where he normally would be, but he really did not want to die to a proxy for Maru, which can be extremely terrifying in the hands of somebody as good as Maru is. So we've got our traditional little 2 Hellion, 1 Reaper move out here. Rage feels always braver when he's got 2 Hellion buddies with him. He doesn't say that, obviously, but his shrieks sound a little bit more confident when he's with his flamethrower friends here. Taking out a creep tumor. That first tumor's a big deal. It really is. It really slows down the Zerg's attempts to creep spread if they have to replant this one further back even. Yeah, these first creep tumors are extremely important to getting creep spread super viable, right? Overlord scouts in with the speed upgrades, sees the starport making something without a tech lab. So he's like, alright, don't have to worry about Cloak Banshees, that's good. Might have to worry about a Liberator, might have to worry about another Viking, we'll keep an eye on that. And yeah, just Queen defense. So all Rogue really needs here at this point is just Queens and Zerglings. He can drone up to his little heart's content, up to make 7 more drones at a time right now. Baneling Nest is coming in, but I don't see much need for the Banelings to be produced yet. Maru's third base is coming up as part of his wall, which was that actually scouted? Yeah, okay, so the Ling popped in. regardless, and saw the third base coming up as part of the wall. So, yeah, Maru is not going for any kind of a crazy two-base aggressive all-in or anything like that. Hellions cruising in again this right side. Is there a base here? No? Cool. That's fine with me. Gonna scan, kill that tumor. Once again, just keeping the creep tumor back as far as he can. It's not easy. You're not gonna kill all the tumors because, you know, there's a bunch of them all over the place. But you kill the ones on the edge of the creep a lot, and you're gonna have a pretty good time with it. Liberator does show up, gets 0 total kills. Queen stabbing it in the face and the back and the bottom and everything else. We've got the Hellions coming into a mineral line where there are no... Okay, there's a couple drones in here. YOLO Hellions! And I think Rage was in there too, and he ends up dead. He does. Rest in peace, Rage. You survived to about 5.5 minutes. Not bad. Not that bad, actually. Yeah. And Spire coming in from Rogue. Ooh. We do like Spire from Rogue. He is... I say this every time I cast him. But man, he's the one Zerg player who can make 1,000,000 Mutalisks and lose them all and still win. Right? Usually a player will make mutas and lose them all and then lose the game because they're very expensive. And losing your mutas means it's a big part of your army is just gone now. But Rogue can simultaneously be macroing his face off back home and murdering all your stuff with Mutalisks for like 10 minutes straight. And sure, you're killing 10, 15, 20 mutas and you're feeling good about it, but back home he's on 5 bases, he's on 6 bases, he's on 7 bases, and just constantly replenishing Mutalisks over and over and over again until the Terran just feels like there's just no use. He's just being out macroed to death, right? It's an incredibly frustrating experience. So I've seen Rogue win that way, I've seen him lose that way too. 6 o'clock base from Rogue, he's double expanding basically. Remember what I said about him macroing his face off? That's what this is. Ooh, naked third. Actually, the SCVs are forced to fight here in conjunction with the Marines. They do clean up the Lings. That's a lot of dead Ling corpse down that way. A bit of a Marine medevac attack coming into Rogue's 4th base down this way. Is it savable? It seems like Rogue doesn't want to save it. So that's going to just die. But he's got Lings up here. Look at him picking off Widow Mines, kind of. He's got more Lings cruising in. He feels like Maru is maybe a little bit vulnerable here. But you know what? Couple Widow Mines down, couple Marines down too. And suddenly there's Lings all over the place. And suddenly there's only a couple Marines on the ground. And they're trying to get covered by their SCV buddies. But it's a little bit of a dire position right now up here. And there's more Lings on the way from Rogue. He's got 9 Mutalisks in production too. So he's trying to put some pressure on Maru. And I think that pressure train starts now. Or just started, you know, a minute ago or so here. Lings rolling in, getting maybe another SCV. Yeah, see, Maru needs to stick around. And he wants to get a Baneling connection on something, but nice target fire there. And all those Lings die. Okay, that was not great. That was not a good trade from Rogue. I think all of those Lings died, obviously, in that Baneling. And didn't do a whole lot. But guess what? It just bought enough time for the Mutalisks to come out and start being across the map. Right? If this little attack comes in and forces the Mutalisks to be defending, they're bad at defense. They're much better at offense. Oh, no. Maru doesn't know about the Mutalisk play. So he's trying to defend. He's trying to throw down a missile turret as fast as he can here. The 6 o'clock base from Rogue is in a lot of trouble. Maru's actually pulling back. I don't know what he was so worried about. Nothing really showed up to defend this base at all. But maybe he's worried about... Oh, Widow Mine drop. Ooh, good hit there. 5 kills on that Widow Mine. Ugh. More SCVs dying. Just to Mutalisk harass. Maru comes back in. But see, now there's Queens in position, and they're pretty tanky, and they've got enough energy for some transfuses. Which, you know, enough time for a Ling support to show up there, too. So the Mutas trying to fly in. Once again, the Mutas are going to die. But the Mutas are going to try to do as much damage as they can otherwise. These Widow Mines, where are they coming from? Are they just walking? Oh, there's a medevac here. Okay. So Great Wall of Supply Depots is under attack by Mutalisks, which is really annoying for Maru. Because he doesn't want there to be an avenue for Lings and Banelings to roll in. That's the whole point of this wall. So he's going to have to replant it. He has to worry about covering this side of the map now. Super annoying stuff. Rogue is happily on 5 bases. Did he lose some drones to those Widow Mines? Yes, he did. But the point here is to keep Maru on the defensive long enough that Widow Mine drops are not really part of his ongoing routine. This group is trying to catch the Mutas out. Trying to maybe jump. Yeah, trying to jump on them, but they take a weird angle. And instead... end up all the way down here and kind of heading home, but also angling slightly left and maybe coming back in for another round of harassment at this one base that has a single missile turret defending it, which is definitely not enough. But yeah, I mean, this is when Rogue goes Mutalisk, he commits to mutas. I've never seen him really just, I'm going for 5 or 6 mutas, and then I'll transition into other stuff. Right, that's something Cyril likes to do a lot. He'll just make 5 or 6 mutas, harass with it perfectly, not lose anything. Ugh, that was a big one of mine hit. Not lose any of them at all, and then transition into Ultras while he's at it. But no, this is definitely Rogue going Ling, Baneling, Mutalisk here today, at least thus far. He's got an Overseer with him too to make sure those Widow Mines don't ruin his day. And Maru's doing everything right here. He's expanding well, he's defending well. He is getting the tech that he needs, including Thors and the Widow Mines especially. The number of Terrans that I've cast, especially as part of Africa World, which I do cast every other week or so with Laughing Games, it's a ton of fun. We get players like Rogue and Maru and GSL champion Cure to play in those tournaments too. So, I mean, if you're interested, I'll put a link in the description, or if I forget, let me know, and I'll put a link in the description after you remind me. But yeah, the number of Terrans that just don't make Widow Mines against Zerg at all is always baffling to me. It's always baffling. It's like, look, man, you were given the Widow Mine by Blizzard for a very particular reason. It's to kill Zergs and to kill Zealots mostly, but gosh, nice Widow Mine hit there too. 6 kills on that. The Mutaflock is a little bit intense. There are 20 of them. They do have +1 attack. They're working on +2 here. Your turrets are not going to save you now. You need the Thors to show up if you have a chance of dealing with it. And this, again, this is just what Rogue does. He just makes all of the Mutalisks on Earth, gets a ton of them, gets the upgrades. He's only lost 3 mutas today, which does not bode well for Maru, because this strategy traditionally ends up losing a lot of Mutalisks. And he's not doing that now, which means the Mutaflock is only getting bigger instead of smaller. Is that a burrowed Baneling trap? I feel like that was a burrowed Baneling trap, yeah? Oh, no? Nope, they all exploded on that Marauder and did not kill him, by the way. He has 1 HP. Yeah, the Banelings are not making good trades. The Mutas are making pretty fantastic trades, on the other hand. So he's got the ingredients. Maru can win this game. I'm telling you that Rogue has a bit of an advantage here. But really, both players are maxed out. Rogue's got 90 workers, which is, yeah, it fits. It fits to the strategy here. And he really, I mean, not many Baneling connections. I say that, and suddenly we're getting some... Oh, the splits are so good. Some decent Baneling connections. They're not, you know, the best ones of all time, but they're not bad either. Oh, Ling's getting into this mineral line. 4, suddenly 4, 5, 6, 74 Zerglings in production. The 6 o'clock base goes down to this little attack of Marine Marauder Thor from Maru. The Lings responding are not enough, actually, and they're trickling into their deaths kind of individually here. That is something I do. Rogue, what are you doing? You need to clump up bigger groups of your units here. I mean, it is 2-2 Marines, you know, and Marauders with stim and medevac support and all that stuff. They're working on 3-3. Adrenal Glance is on the way. That would have really helped Rogue in that situation, but, you know, you get what you get. Triple expanding, by the way. Rogue expanding top right, expanding to north at the 6 o'clock, and retaking the 6 o'clock while he's at it. And he is getting an Ultralisk Cavern. This is why Rogue's a world champion, guys. He can just macro his face off. He can keep pressure on somebody like Maru and keep him at home a whole bunch. He can lose a bunch of Mutalisks and make bad trades with Banelings and lose a base and still be fine. He just absorbs these hits. Man, killing those engineering plays before 3-3 came up would have been really, really nice. This is just more Ling shenanigans inside this mineral line. More SCV is going to die. This poor medevac, or this poor Marauder, is going to survive thanks to medevac support there. The Muta's continuing to do stuff. And this army is just like, I don't know what are we supposed to do here? These Lings casually killing a refinery. Adrenal is so almost done. It would really help here. Mutaflock not looking particularly healthy. 5 Mutas have died now, which again, troubling. Troubling for Maru that he's only killed 5 Mutalisks when Rogue has been he's been taking risks. He's been willing to lose there you go, Widowmine shot. He's been willing to lose Mutalisk to win this game. Baneling attack rolls in. Did he? No, he did not get a random Baneling attack in here. Was the planetary just not done? I guess that he would timed that so disgustingly well. Was the planetary not done when he showed up? No, it was done. Look at this. It was done. He just takes the hit and kills stuff anyway. Okay, that... Oh, alright. Couple good ones there. 18 SCVs down. Combined with the damage here. Combined with the Ling attacks over this way. 20 Lings down. Another attack coming in from Maru. The Marauders absorbing Baneling hits. Lings absorbing Baneling hits. Or rather, absorbing Zergling hits too. These Marauders are to a certain extent. The Marines are the damage output. Ultralisk has arrived. Oh no, the Ultralisk animations are broken because I rewound in the replay. Super frustrating, but always a little bit... always a little bit hilarious. Brah, let me love you, brah. This is the weirdest bug. I don't think they'll ever fix it, but every once in a while, if you're in a replay and you rewind, Ultralisk animations break. No other unit animations break like that. I don't know what it is about Ultras in particular. Kind of feel bad. So what is it? 191 to 173 supply. Rogue seems to have this thing basically in the bag a la moment. I mean, these Lings are winning battles against armies, which is not really that ideal. The Mutalisk death count is 8. He held on to the 6 o'clock base. I mean, he's getting gas. No, he's not. He's not getting gas from this Rich Vespine Geyser base at all, which he probably should. Scan reveals there's a base here. Maybe we should go kill it. Maru knows that sitting around is not how you beat somebody like Rogue. Now, look, this is definitely a game where Rogue could just fly over, 8 Widow Mines and just lose everything. Oh, this constant Ling aggression into Maru's third base is just demoralizing. Meanwhile, some decent Baneling attacks here. Marauders doing a great job constantly soaking those up. And Rogue, hang on, can he save the hatch? Oh, this Ultralisk, look at him just chomping away. Chomp, 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 chomp. That's right, buddy. You chomp these Marauders up. Mutas have to come back to try to save the day, too. My gosh, this hatchery's at 20 supply, or 20 HP. Hang on, hang on. Go up the ramp and kill the hatch. Or I guess get both of them. That's fine. Okay, 6 o'clock hatch dies, and the one right north of it, too, is definitely dead. Oh, yeah, look at that. Ka-chow, ka-chow, bam. Hatch down. Maru fighting, clawing, refusing to go down without a fight. He's only got 56 workers, but you know what? That might be good for him at this stage of the game to just not worry about getting additional SCVs and worrying instead about orbital commands. This 6 o'clock base going to die again, canceling the replace. This base has died, what, 3 or 4 times now already. The Muta's trying to get stuff done, but once again, Mutalisks on the defensive are not exactly what you want them to be doing. You want them to be offending, not defending. Yeah, man, Maru is an absolute monster. He's doing so well here all of a sudden. The game has really flipped back into his favor. Resources lost, 28,000 for Rogue, only 22,000 for Maru. The 6 o'clock base, Rogue just gives up on it. He knows that's not happening at all, and even this base is going down. Maru has completely turned the tables here in a very, very impressive way. Maybe it's because the Ultralisks can't actually use their tusks to attack effectively anymore because they've been paralyzed. Okay, that's probably not it. It's probably not what's going on here. Banelings. Attack here down in the south are very open-mouthed. Ultralisks are chasing, but they're chasing off creep. And they can't catch up. And Stim Marines and Marauders are too fast. And why are you engaging off creep so hard? I guess, sure, maybe this is happening. Top right base is getting obliterated by Maru at the same time that Mutas are inside Maru's base, going after his production. The chaos, ladies and gentlemen, is real. Ultralisks take down the planetary, get obliterated by the remaining Marauders, though. That's hard for me to say. Remaining Marauders. I got it in the end. Marines have to respond. Deal with a Mutalisk threat inside the Terran base. Mutalisk death count is now 16. The number is climbing. More Lings in production here, but army value is 125 to 81. Zergling's trying to win the day here. It is a very Marauder-heavy composition, so more Lings do seem to be the answer today if you're a Rogue trying to figure out what to do against this consistent harassment. More Lings, maybe fewer Banelings would be the answer. 6 o'clock base dies again. This little group is taken out by Lings and Mutalisks. Hatch down is the sound of death, and I think Maru might have just done this. He's up 200 to 185 supply. Not like Rogue is in the ground here. He's got a decent bank. Okay, there we go. Ling's obliterating Marauders. These Medivacs are all dead because the Mutalisk flock is chasing them, which is why Medivac play is not as good when your opponent is going for a lot of Mutas. Okay, this group living, just obliterating so many Lings. 560 Zerglings have died already. There's Changeling. Oh, there's Widow Mines here. This is a really, really huge spot for Widow Mines to be doing stuff too. Oh, Rogue, he doesn't know. He doesn't know. Oh, really? 1? Okay, 2, 3. 3 is not bad. 3 is not bad at all. Now Rogue has Maru on the back foot a little bit here. He's completely trying to deny this base, which is a super important base for Maru to have because his third base is mining out, and his fourth base is not super healthy easy, and this is the fifth. Right? Top right base is done for Rogue again. 6 o'clock base is on the way again for Rogue. He is refusing to die. Ugh, Widowmine connection. Rogue doesn't even go back to kill it. Yes, he does. Rogue recognizes what is happening. Deals with it. Thor's Widowmines. Top right base from Rogue. Again, a lot. This 6 o'clock canceled again. So it's what? Been killed 4 times and canceled twice? Something like that? Does that seem fair? I think it seems fair to me. Marines, Marauders, Ling, Ultralisk, Mutalisk. Stop engaging off creeps so hard. Get out of there, Mutas. They're fast, though. Wind at their backs. So now Rogue's maxed out and Maru's at 182. I mean, this has been an insanely back and forth game. I might have to epic tag this one, but what else did you expect from a Maru versus Rogue match, right? Widowmine's getting their hits. Rogue feels like he's got the upper hand. At least he can force the army away so this command center has to lift. And yes, he does zone the army out of position here. Maru is kiting as well as he can. Oh, using just random Widowmines buried in different spots. Command center goes down. Chasing further, no. Gonna pull back off of Maru's territory. Enjoy the income in the top right here. Income cruises back down to Rogue's side. Yeah, I'm at a point where I don't feel comfortable calling this at all. Zero comfort for me right now determining who the heck is going to win this thing. Do the paralyzed Ultralisks win? Seems like potentially so, maybe. These Widowmines get cleaned up? They sure did. Might actually start taking these gases. Gas is a little bit lower. And then Maru expanding again. That's why he tried to take the 12 o'clock, was for that very reason. Because he does need to expand again. He's burning through minerals very quickly by producing everything that he's producing. Oh, Widowmine gets a connection. Burrowed Ling dies, and 18 Mutalisks have now gone down. And this is what I've been trying to tell you. Rogue will lose Mutalisks in a way. Oh, big time hit. 19 kill Widowmine. It's a good unit. I'm telling you, Terran players, if you're like just unfamiliar with Widowmines, you don't feel comfortable making them, they're not part of your repertoire, by all means, make Widowmines and just put them in spots, man. Especially if your opponent is going for a lot of Lings or a lot of Mutalisks or Banelings, which they'll probably be making one of those things, and they're even pretty good against Roaches and Hydras and Ravagers, too. Do it. Do it, Terrans who are struggling. God, look at this one. Oh, two kills? Embarrassing. How embarrassing if that Widowmine is it? Nope, this base not happening. Poop and creep down here is Rogue. I love that. Maru might just be kind of squeezed into a corner here. It doesn't seem super... It's just too back and forth right now. Is he really going to go up this ramp? I don't recommend this. It's not going to work out for you, Rogue. The entire Terran army is here. Dude, Rogue does not give a care. Look at this guy. He's magic boxing Thors. He's getting Ultralisk attacks on Thor. Dude, this one base of Maru's that is his last real source of income is gonna die. Is that your GG? Rogue, they tell you never attack up a ramp where a Terran army is standing, especially if they're protecting a base. And instead, the Mutas take down that base and the secondary command center and the tertiary orbital command. And now Maru is just down 100 supply. Income is cratering into Rogue's territory right now. What an absolutely insane ZVT this has been, but I think Rogue has done it. I know I've been back and forth on this 3 times, which is part of why I feel like it's an epic game. It's for that very, very reason this 6 o'clock base is up. It's probably going to die again. Considering its lot in life is to just die at the hands of Maru. But yeah, this is just too much. It is too much, Zerg. The Mutas are actually fighting here, and GG Rogue comes out on top in 24 minutes in an insanely good ZVT. End of the day, 18 Mutalisks died. There were 20. So yeah, he lost half of his Mutalisks to things like Widowmines and Marines and Thors and maybe even some Liberators and missile turrets at times. 55,000 resources lost for Rogue and 48,000 for Maru. 9 Thors down, 16 Ultras died, 86 Marauders, 202 Marines, 2 command centers, a planetary, 2 orbitals went down here today. Crazy amount of base death, and 6 hatcheries died. Both players not immune to the death, but 123 SCBs down to 46 is not a great number for Maru, even if he is just using orbitals for his mineral income, right? But beautiful. That was a great ZVT. Well played by both players. I don't feel like Maru did anything shameful here. He played extremely, extremely well. Just Rogue's doing Rogue things, man. Expanding like a madman, keeping that muta pressure up like only he can, really, and getting a win out of it. He's a monster sometimes. He's a machine sometimes. So GG to Rogue. Just outstanding stuff from the world champion. And that's going to be it for me today. So this has been Falcon Paladin, coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me at Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.